This is a time that we look into your finances. We call it personal finance with Charles Fakruha. And of course, today we're looking at financial fraud detection and protection. Good morning, Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
All right. Today we're looking at financial fraud detection and prevention. Please tell us about it.
Yeah, this is also a fallout of the Global Money Week that ended yesterday because we said, protect your money and secure your future. So when we are talking about financial fraud is a huge issue causing organizations to lose billions every year. In fact, there was one study that was done recently which shows that most individuals, organizations, even financial institutions, they lose about 5% of their yearly earnings due to fraud. And it's a huge problem. So every institution, individuals, and of course the government has to come up with methods in which to, first of all, identify fraud and see how it can be prevented. Then first of all, what is financial fraud? And what are the common types of financial fraud that we can see? Financial fraud refers to a deceptive activities aimed at gaining an unfair financial advantage, often resulting in monetary losses for the individual businesses and of course for the financial institution. We have various common types of financial fraud. Most important one, we have identity theft, where somebody steal your identity, your financial information, and even use it to do transaction, get loan. At the end of the day, it is you that will be held responsible. We also have debit card or credit card fraud, where persons use some kind of technology, get into your details of your debit card, and withdraw your money without you them knowing. We also have Ponzi scheme. People set up Ponzi scheme, and the aim is the initial investors will benefit. Then after that, those who came later will suffer from that fraud. So these are some of the online shop. These are some of the financial fraud that we experienced recently. And we can see some recent examples. The Aaron case in 2001, where the company folded up. So you can see that financial fraud can even make a whole multinational organization just fold up as a result of financial fraud. We also saw in 2008 the Ponzi scheme, where he collected money from so many persons, and at the end of the day, it was fraudulent. So then how can financial fraud, how does it affect the organization? It affects them in so many ways. Widespread financial losses, they will lose money, they will lose trust and confidence in their services. People no longer patronize them again. Then government will also begin to investigate them. And when there is this kind of growing investigation, it's likely to be some punitive measure so that they will comply with some of the financial issues. Again, there are red flags. Financial fraud does not just happen like that. There are red flags that people need to spot. And when you see them, you raise the alarm. The first one is unusual transaction pattern. You see an account, they are doing maybe 100,000, 200,000, and all of a sudden, that same account, you are seeing money coming to that account about 50 million. That is an unusual transaction pattern. So the account officers there should just raise that red flag. You are not going to confront the customer, but you raise the flag and of course send your report to the appropriate authorities. Sudden change in account activity. An account that has been not too active lately. Then all of a sudden you are seeing transfer, withdrawal. It's also a red flag. So what the account officers need to do is to again raise the alarm and send the report to the necessary financial authorities. Then you see discrepancy in their financial records. You tell them to come and update their accounts. What they have given you before, they have given you a new set of information that is not related for what you have. So when you see this kind of discrepancies, it's also a room for you to note very well. How do we prevent? What are the measures we need to put in place to prevent fraud in organization and our own platform? Authentication protocol. You need to have a multi-factor authentication. Not that because you just put your PIN, it goes. It will need to take it to another level again. We call it a multi-factor authentication, so that more and more information will be asked to confirm that you are the actual user of that account. Like you see in some bank app, when you put in your PIN, it asks you for your token and other relevant questions for them to be sure you are the one, that is the authentic owner. You need to also do employee training program. You need to continuously train employees, whether in private sector, in government sector, even in SME, for them to understand the needs that we need to protect and prevent financial fraud that is happening. Then we need to use advanced technology, maybe artificial intelligence, multi-learning language, so that, because artificial intelligence can do more than human beings can do. They can analyze a whole vast data and begin to see patterns. And when that is observed, you can now use those kind of patterns to note whether there is unusual transaction or there is something that is not too clear there, and of course that will be sent to the authorities. Then regular screening and security audit. From time to time, financial institutions need to regularly, do security audits on their system, and they will try to see how will these people penetrate their system. We try to see how it is possible. That's what they call penetration test. They try to see that, yes, that is those ones they call themselves ethical hackers. We try to tell them, okay, try to hack into our system and see whether all the measures we put in place are really strong for us to detect. So they do all that, a lot of training. Then, in the course of your business, as a financial institution, even as a business, you deal with a party. And from time to time, you want them to access your information. So you should regularly ensure that it is only information you want them to have access to, that you make it available to them. Because those kind of third-party business persons, vendors, can also be a source of threat to clients' financial data. How do you now detect financial fraud? Fraud detection technique, like we have said, you use artificial intelligence, you use machine language. Then, when there are anomalies, you can detect using those technologies. Then, even behavior analysis. There is a way you will see an account. You will see the way the patterns are. Then you can analyze that behavior and see that, yes, something is not right. Yes. There is also what we call continuous monitoring. You keep monitoring your accounts to ensure that everything is okay. Then, lastly, real-time alert. We have practiced that within our stock market, where if anything happens in your account, and we see it today, you get the alerts, whether it's a debit or a credit. So if it's a transaction, you are not the one that authorized it. Once you see it on your phone, then you are immediately calling your financial institution to either stop that transaction and see that further loss does not happen. So reducing fraud requires a holistic and a proactive approach. We need to incorporate combination of technology, vigilant processes, and a culture of security. We must have that culture of security to protect our personal financial data, so that the fraudsters do not take advantage of our ignorance and scam us, and at the same time cause a lot of financial damage to ourselves and, of course, to the financial institution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles. That was very straight to the point and precise. We really appreciate your time this morning. I'm hoping that someone would have heard your voice this morning and they would have learned how to protect themselves better, talking financially. Thank you once again, Charles Fakruha, for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. Secure your money, secure your future.